Hi, it's Stephen here from Son of a Nation Wave, and this is day 19 of the March Daily Draws. So let's see what message we get today. And I'll be taking the first card from the Tarot of the Witch's Garden, followed by an Oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch Ostara Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading on the way. Okay, here we go. We have the Nine of Wands, which is about setting our boundaries. And she's literally set a boundary here, and she's at the boundary, and she's guarding her boundary. She's been very vigilant. And because she's been through a bit, often, she does, I think, have a torn sleeve here. Usually you get the bandaged figure in the traditional card, the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith card. And that he's been in the wars a little bit, and he's got patched up, and he's recuperating. He's healing. And while he's healing, he needs to set his boundaries because he's vulnerable, and he needs to perhaps withdraw a little from the fray and to give himself time for a strategic retreat, perhaps, just to recover. And he doesn't want those boundaries to impede his recovery, so he has to be watchful and vigilant of anything that might seek to cross that boundary and interfere with and undermine his healing, his recovery. And she's doing something similar here. She's not in the fray. She's not in the midst of anything. She's very much by herself, and she needs to be at this time. But she knows that she can't completely let her guard down. So even when we set a boundary, even when we're not deliberately being thrusting ourselves into the fray of things, we have to be vigilant. We have to be watchful, keep an eye out, at least one eye on the situations, keeping awareness of our surroundings and what's going on, ready to act if we need to. We're not going looking for anything. We don't want to go and seek out anything, to do anything at this time. But if anything needs our attention, then we need to be ready to spring into action, as she's got like a readiness to act if need be. So we're not totally going into hermit mode. We're just setting a boundary and pulling ourselves back a little to heal, to recover, to regain our stamina, ready for the next step. The nines are the fulfillment, but not quite the completion. There's a certain amount of personal fulfillment. We've come so far, but we haven't quite finished yet. We've got a little bit further to go, and so we need our energy. We need to be our best to finish what we've begun, and that may be sort of setting some boundaries on our time, on our resources, on our physical energy, on our emotional energy, our mental energy, giving us time to gather ourselves together, and then we can be back out there. But until then, we need to set a boundary and to be firm and vigilant on that boundary line, not to let people take advantage and just feel that they can cross that boundary whenever they feel like, because then it doesn't become a boundary at all. It ceases to be a boundary. It's just a line of decoration that means nothing. And the only person that can, as the authority over a boundary that you have set, is you. So it's up to you to man the boundary and say yes or no about what crosses it. And sometimes we say yes too often when we should be saying no. And it could be we're just saying no, not at this precise moment. But come back to me if you can, if you need to. Give me a day or two, whatever, however you want to term it. You're not necessarily saying, no, I won't help you, full stop. You're saying, now's not a good time. I want to help you. Come, let me get back to you. And if you still need help and I can be of use to you, then I will help. But in the current situation, guard your boundary. And observe your own boundaries. Don't put yourself in situations where your energy is going to, if you are wanting to renew and revitalize your energy, don't deliberately put yourself in situations where you know your energy is going to be drained, because you haven't got much energy left to be drained. The whole purpose is to refuel and renew your energy. So don't cross your own boundary with that. Don't put yourself in situations. Now, if something happens, you didn't deliberately put yourself in it, but something happens around you and you need to deal with it because you're the person that needs to deal with it, and make sure that you are the person to deal with it, and not just because you feel a need to, but you're the person that should deal with it, then by all means, she's ready to act if she needs to. There is that sense of readiness to act if absolutely necessary. But other than that, we're not going to go looking for it. We're not going to deliberately put ourselves in a position until we're ready, until we've renewed ourselves, till we've revitalized our energy. So stand your ground, set your boundaries, take the time you need. There will be a time to get back out there and to do the things you want to do. But now might not be the best time to do it. You may need to take a break, may need to take a moment. Yes, don't relax and let your guard down totally, because anything could come at you unexpectedly that you need to deal with. But other than that, observe your own boundaries and enforce them where situations and other people are concerned. But that is the message of this card today. Okay, let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. And we have Primrose. Take a moment to relax. Okay, she's got someone here. She's taking, resting her head there. She's not alone. She's got help. So if you can have help from someone else to help you have that space, to have that time, then brilliantly. That's brilliant. But it says here, be still and pave the way for all that you have desired. Be still and pave the way. Part of paving the way to complete what you want is to be still sometimes. Be ready to act if necessary, but be still. Pave the way by renewing your strength, healing anything that needs healing, revitalizing yourself, ready for the next step in order to complete what you desire. Doing this, setting the boundaries, paves the way for that to happen. So, as tempting as it is just to keep going as you are, maybe it's a time just to draw aside a little, set some boundaries, look after yourself, recover, and then get back out there when you're ready. And that is the message of the cards today. So that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 20. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.